now, next to the fish tank by Dr. Garth Fletcher. Hello, marine biologist Dr. Garth Fletcher.
How are you?
Hello, how are you? Okay, now you have a tank full of fish here, I see. These are all local fish?
Oh, yeah, everything's caught here in Newfoundland. Everybody can see it if they go looking in the water anytime. Fishermen certainly are very familiar with all of it.
No, it's funny. For some reason, I don't think of colorful fish like that one, the blue one, as being local fish. They're quite colorful, are they, in the local waters?
Yes. Oh, yes. This is the lumpfish. And he's very common. Actually, he's used in the fishery for a cod roll, for caviar.
Right.
But he's much bigger. These are juveniles. And they're bright. And in fact, the males turn bright red when they go into reproduction season. When they go into lay some eggs, and the males become bright red. There's one on the video, as a matter of fact.
Oh, would you like to take a look at the video right away? We have a video of what is in the video exactly? This is a variety of fish.
Oh, variety of fishes too. Yes.
Okay. Well,
yes, but you can.
Okay. Do you have? Let's take a look at that video then. First of all, a little background here. Now these are lumpfish.
These are the lumpfish, and these are the ones you see in the aquarium here. They're juveniles. The big ones get about as big as your head. They're really like boxes. This is a sculpin.
Right.
It's common around the docks. Who goes jigging for fish? This one here is a skate. You can see it's very flat. This is the bottom surface of it. And what you're looking at there are the sparkles, not the eyes. And see his mouth? It looks like he's smiling.
Now, what would be the purpose of all the decoration in terms of evolution on these fish?
Well, the bottom surface, what happens is you're hiding from predators from above. So the top is all colored to match the background. Whereas the bottom is just white. And that means if it's swimming in the water, fish underneath it, think it's looking at the sky.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So this is the cod, and that's a sea anemone. We have one of those in the tank here, too.
You know, I've eaten one of those once.
Have you?
Yeah. I'll never again.
How does it taste?
Oh.
Yeah? I haven't had one.
High metallic content. Yeah.
He's a nice
licking
crab.
this out of a ferry. That's a hermit crab?
Yeah, it's a hermit crab, and he's just cleaning his mouth up. There's a nice starfish.
Now, you were telling me before the show that starfish eat by actually putting their stomach outside their body? And
Yeah, they grab hold of the muscles, and around the muscles, big hug, you might say, stretch it open, and then put their stomach inside the muscle and digest it there.
Isn't that handy? Yeah. Now, what are these? These are
these
snails?
are sea snails.
Sea snails?
Yes, we have a few in the aquarium here, too.
Okay.
He's wandering around like a regular snail you'll see in the garden. This is a starfish.
And what do they eat, starfish?
Well, they'll eat mussels.
They'll eat mussels?
Yeah, any kind of a shellfish at all. They'll eat those sea snails. This is a photograph of our marine lab.
Okay. Great. Well, so we've got, there's the sea anemone. Right, okay.
Right.
There's the hermit crab in there.
There's the hermit crab up top.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, let's see what things that I've eaten in here. Let's I've had that. I've had the sea urchin. This is just like a lobster tank or something, and I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you have some stuff that actually bring
out. Oh, well, we have one sea urchin.
I've actually eaten one of those. I eat strange things. Sushi.
Here's a group of mussels.
Okay. We have Stephen and Krista from our audience here. Hi, Stephen. How are you?
Fine.
And Krista, how are you?
Fine.
Very good. First time on television. Maybe we can actually get them up to sort of touch and feel the things, if that's all right with you. Are they?
Sure. They're friendly.
Okay. We'll just keep you right over here. If you could keep sheeted, as we say, out that way. Oh, that's actually alive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad that it's alive. I shouldn't. Okay, well, I don't know if I'd touch one. The sea urchin, is it actually prickly, that thing?
Sure. It walks around on the 2 feet just like a starfish does. It sticks
that walks around?
Oh, yeah, and it moves the spines. You actually look at it.
It's funny in the sea, isn't it? They're actually animals that get pretty close to plants, don't they? They get more and more... Whoops. Whoa.
There's the bottom of a starfish. You see all the 2 feet here?
There goes my observation.
Right.
Right. Now, they're plant-like, though, aren't they? I mean, they're more like plants. Does that make any sense at all? I mean, I don't know what I'm...
No, well...
It makes no sense,
They look like plants,
they
but
look
they're
like
not plants.
No, I know, but that's...
No, goodness.
But, for instance, you wouldn't see anything like that on land. You wouldn't see a cow that looked like a bush or something. You wouldn't... at least, I've never seen one. Now, that's... Ooh. It's actually okay. I've touched it. It's all right. What's actually going on inside the sea urchin? Is it moves, does it? And does it see the sea urchin?
Well, what it does is it grazes off the rocks. It walks all over the rocks, and it scrapes off the algae on it. Right? So it scrapes away and then digests it inside. The sea urchin is just a relative of the starfish.
But does it see what it's doing, or does it smell it, or
no,
how does it know?
Doesn't. I think it's chemical senses.
Chemical senses.
It has a sort of a smell.
So these aren't very complicated animals, then? They're pretty sort of...
Not as complicated as terrestrial animals would be with big brains.
Right. Yeah. We have some calls, I think, on the line. We're going to bring over everything. We're going to push this stuff over here. Is that correct? Okay. We're going to actually get it off. Okay. We're going to get some calls. If you'd like to phone in and ask some questions about all these fish you have in the fish you see before why would I say the? If you'd like to call it 1-900-451-1351. Why would I have said the? Okay. What else have you got in here that you can show us today? You've got a scallop. Now that's something
Sure,
that
there's a big scallop down here. This is the scallop.
Right.
And he'll open up his shell at that and take in, he's really a filter feeder, so he filters the seawater and takes out the small particles. You'll see a lot of seaweed growing on top of him in here. So a lot of plants like to grow on everything that's on the bottom.
Right. And that's just a single muscle in there, isn't it, the scallop? It's just basically
There's one large muscle, which
large
is
muscle.
the one we eat, actually.
Right.
But the rest of it is digestive system that digests the food.
Right. Now, the other thing we have to mention at some point during this interview, because we promoted on last week's show, is fish antifreeze. When actually you explain it, it's very commonsensical, but it sounds bizarre. What's fish antifreeze, Dr. Fletcher?
Well, the fish in Newfoundland particularly live in a water that goes down below the freezing point of their body. So that means when the winter time comes, they're in danger of freezing. Don't forget the fish are the same temperature as the water. So in order to avoid freezing, what fishes do here is produce an antifreeze, and this antifreeze is a protein, and this protein binds to the ice crystals and stops the crystals from growing in the fish and prevents it from freezing. So things like codfish and flounder and some of the sculpins, they all have these antifreeze proteins that protect them from freezing so they can live here.
Is this like hibernation, or is it just they're normal when they have?
Oh no, lots of them are very normal. Some go into a kind of a hibernation, but the others are very active. The codfish is very active, and the flounder is as active as it ever gets.
Yeah. Now you're using this this antifreeze and introducing it to salmon stocks?
Oh well, you know, this is the aquaculture project. You know, salmon don't have an antifreeze, and what the fishermen would like to do is to culture salmon in the seawater, in the icy seawater, but they don't normally stay. They usually migrate away to warm water, say something above zero.
Right.
What we're trying to do is take the antifreeze genes out of the flounder and put them in the eggs of the salmon, so the salmon can grow up with these genes in them and make their own antifreeze and then be protected from freezing.
Right.
That way we can culture them in pens and they'll survive.
Right. Okay, well, we have a caller on the line. I think that's really interesting, but it's completely common sense, really, antifreeze for fish. I mean, they need it.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
Okay, do you have someone on line one?
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Jennifer.
Jennifer, where are you calling from?
New Glasgow.
New Glasgow. What's your question for Dr. Fletcher?
How do fish breathe, without getting water in their gills?
Sorry, did you catch that? How do fish
breathe without getting water in their gills?
Oh, how do fish breathe without getting water in their gills?
Well, they have a very interesting mechanism. They pass the water across the gills, and the oxygen then from the water diffuses into the blood across the gills. So it has to keep pumping water across the gills, and then it takes the oxygen out of the water, and this is picked up by the blood, the hemoglobin in the blood, and transported to the rest of the body.
We have, it's interesting because you think they'd sort of gag or something under the water. But I hear, totally off the subject, that men can breathe underwater now. There's a special system that they're developing to oxygenated water for deep sea divers. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I haven't heard of anybody trying it, live experience with it. I've heard about it with mice.
Right.
People have tried this with mice, but I don't think any human has tried it.
Okay. Do you have a contest for us, a question for us for a prize for viewers? Some sort of question you can ask
Well,
us?
what do you think the antifreeze is in fish?
What is it in fish?
What is it?
That's a complicated question. Okay. If you know the answer to that question, you can win a Minolta Freedom DL camera. Our address is Switchback, P.O. Box 9500, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Write in the answer. Okay, we have one more school item to show you from St. John's. Thanks very much, Dr. Fletcher.
Thank you.
Let's look at the school item.